restart my recording again now that things seem to have stabilized on my connection side of things. So we're making a tier list based entirely on my opinions of the past proposals. Turn on DAO LP rewards. This one I don't really care about in retrospect, but in terms of like delivering a future to the DAO, I'd say, yeah, okay, this is probably a C tier proposal. Oh, look, here's my proposal. DAO deposits stablecoin to HBD savings using interest to buy and burn DEC daily. Where do you think I'm placing this one, Rick?
What would be S tier?
Captain Obvious. But I'm going to go put it in Y, because why didn't the community support this? I mean, I only had 36% approval. Why did I burn 100k DEC? But thank you, Tuga, for saying that it should be in A tier. There was opportunity for improvement. In the bin, Woody? Yeah, that's where I put my DEC. Require DEC burn for soulbound cards to be used on land. I'm saying
that
this
goes
one's...
in Z.
No, this one's a dumpster fire because it enabled the use of vouchers in replacement for DEC. Because initially the proposal was just DEC, but then it also changed to say, oh, hey, you can use vouchers too if you like. So we're consistent with the burn event / mechanism, which was bad. Swap DAO BUSD and USDCT for DEC. This one here, it had the right result, so the DAO didn't really hurt itself in confusion. But given how badly my proposal failed, I think I need to put this one in B, just to be fair to it. Price Rift Watches packs in DEC. I'm putting this one in the DAO hurt itself in confusion. Now this is distinct.
Twice.
No, this is distinct from the previous one that did that, which would be why. Yeah, I honestly feel like I should just republish the exact same proposal, Woody, with more specifics and more details about how HBD works and how the mechanisms of the burn and buyback would function. So make it more detailed and fleshed out, and then just repost the exact same proposal without any further changes and see where the community sentiment lies. But I want to do that after land when DEC is still not yet at peg, because I suspect DEC still won't be at peg at that point in time, because the people who need enormous amounts of DEC to stake as power cores either already have that DEC in liquidity pools or don't have it at all. And they will either buy it, which will drive the price up temporarily, but due to the oversupply of DEC, let me clarify on oversupply of DEC, because I know that 150,000 land plots exist. 7.5 billion DEC is required at the maximum level of that. Not all 150,000 land plots are going to be occupied immediately with full level monsters. Not all 7.5 billion DEC is going to be required from the moment that land goes live. Therefore, the price of DEC will remain suppressed as people earn new cards, buy new cards to scale up their land operations. So I don't think that DEC will get to peg. If it will take a very long time. And will probably take a new edition that Splinterlands will sell. Rebellion is the next one, yeah? It'll be...
No, the Kiwi one.
Oh, yeah.
Was supposed to be delivered in the Age of the Phoenix, which ended July 5th.
I think the next mainline edition might
the
get
next
DEC
actual
to peg.
Splinterlands set. Yes,
Yeah,
that would be Rebellion.
Might get DEC to peg.
No.
I said might. I appreciate your now. Implement a base production limit for land plots in phase 1.5. I'm sorry, but this one needs to go into why is this a proposal? This is a game design decision, not a thing that the community should be voting on. Game design decisions should not be something that the community has input on. End SPS airdrop claims and send unclaimed SPS to the DAO. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That one can be an A tier proposal. Update market fee to include 2% burn. This one, it shouldn't be Captain Obvious level, but it's certainly up there with one of the best proposals that we've had in terms of actually burning significant amounts of DEC. Mavericks House Discord channel. Actually, this last one, thank you for burning 100k DEC. That's
there you go.
Because that way it's positive. Change the threshold for passing the pre-proposal phase. So this proposal was to make sure that even if something got absolutely panned on the pre-proposal phase, it could still have a chance of making it into a full proposal vote. Yeah, that one was probably something that should have been there from the beginning, so I'm going to give it a passing grade of a C. Revamp market fees to include 2% DAO royalty. Now, this is one where the DAO heard itself in confusion, because it's not a comment on the proposal itself, but rather a comment on the outcome of that proposal. Because inevitably, something which... Would you prefer to see 2% burn or 2% go to the DAO, or are they fundamentally the same thing?
They're absolutely not the same thing.
Yeah. Splinterlands will try to implement anti-bot measures in modern format. Now, I'm going to be pretty... Actually, no, I'm not even going to be pretty controversial with this one. I'm going to be extremely controversial with this one. If I am Splinterlands, the company, the organization, and I am looking for future funding for my game, and I need to go to venture capitalists or traditional video game publishers in order to get more funding for my game, and I tell them I have daily active users of X, and they go, that's wonderful. What's your average attachment rate? What's your average spend, etc.? And then I present those numbers to the company. They'll go, cool, you have this many players, average revenue per player of this much, blah, 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 blah. Having bots in the game is great for daily active user counts. It's great for traffic. It's great for going, we have 100,000 players. I'll throw my hand up to the wind and say, remember when Elon bought Twitter and then he found out so many users were bots, and then he was unhappy about that and tried to negotiate a lower price point, saying those aren't real users? In the Splinterlands ecosystem, they kind of are real users because the bots participated in gameplay, rewards, the market. It was all activity that was generally seen to be positive economic activity for the community. Now, that activity still occurs now in Wild, but to a lesser extent. So I'm not sure if the game has damaged itself through this particular proposal or done itself a favor. And it's hard to know that, because we don't know if Splinterlands is actively pursuing those other opportunities for other funding and all that other thing.
Actually, we do.
Well,
we do.
I'm not aware of them.
I mean, I don't know any specifics, but we do know that when they fired everyone...
Yeah, true.
They said we are also pursuing other investments. We have some that are in the works, and we are reaching out to others.
So I'm putting this one in the DAO hurt itself in confusion, not only because it is in the middle of the road of this tier list, but because I don't think a lot of players really thought long and hard about the implications of daily active user counts.
Oh no, everyone's just like, oh, bots beat me too much. I need to get rid of them so I have a chance. And now they're just losing to better bots and each other.
Yeah. Distribute land SPS rewards via mining for land phase 1.5 shouldn't even be a proposal. It was in the white paper. Game design choice. Full stop. Land SPS distributed to those who surveyed. I love Jarvie for doing this proposal. I hate the fact that it almost didn't pass because people were being selfish and self-interested and they didn't want to survey their land. I'm glad that it did pass. Again, Captain Obvious S tier plus proposal. The bot banning proposal is the best proposal that has been passed so far. I don't agree.
Lols.
I don't agree.
Hello.
Oh, hello,
Hey.
Kevin.
Welcome.
By we, I mean I am doing a tier list on every proposal that the Splinterlands DAO has participated in.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
I'm being quite brutal with my tiers. So we have the highest tier, which is Captain Obvious, which it shouldn't have even been a proposal. It should just have happened. So move SPS rewards to gameplay for Soul Keep. Distribute land SPS rewards via mining for land phase 1.5. And land SPS distributed.
What's that?
Yeah, it's not implemented, but the proposal's there. Hey, at least this is doing great for viewer engagement. So thank you, Dari, for this suggestion.
Dari is pretty good. But why are there proposals currently in existence for things that don't exist?
There's many proposals. Non-bot modern is awesome. Screw fake numbers of players. That's a fine opinion to have, White Walker. But if you're looking at in terms of economic activity, which is what an investor in any system is going to look for, they are likely to prefer more raw numbers of users as opposed to questioning whether or not there's a real person behind there or not. Is Nike going to care whether you're going to buy their shoes and wear them or buy their shoes and put them on a display in your house? Nike just wants to sell shoes. Does Nike want to have a proposal that they should only sell shoes that are worn on human feet every single day? They just want to sell shoes.
The counter argument to that is that why doesn't Nike make more into size 14s and 15s, which would be better and bigger to look at on a shelf if that is the case? Because
people like you and me with size 14 feet are not considered human.
No, we're not.
That's an easy question. And for those
we're not human.
And for those who don't know, we're now joined by the voice of Kevin, aka Prime Rogue, aka many other names. I hope you're doing well, good sir. I informed the audience earlier that your absence earlier may or may not have been the result of a bobcat attack in your garden. But
well, I've called Calgary Bobcat Services.
And then I did not get the opportunity to regale everyone with the story of you being horribly burnt in a gelato fire, which is not...
It was a tragic incident.
It was a tragic incident involving a gelato machine, flame, eggs, and syrup flavors. But you're here now.
There was cream there too,
which we are glad of.
Thank you very much.
There is too many investors in the game already. Everyone is trying to make money. Some of us actually like the game. I too like the game, and that's why I want it to succeed. But for it to succeed, it needs to succeed from both being a fun game and also submitting to the ever hungry mores of capitalism. Which,
also, we're not talking about investors in terms of buying cards. We're talking about investors in terms of venture capitalists who are actually giving the company real amounts of money.
people who have
If you were a venture capitalist, would you give
shares in
Splinterlands
the
money?
company itself.
No.
If I was a venture capitalist, I'd probably have no money because I'd invest in things that the world is not yet ready for, because I see myself as a forward-thinking optimist and pragmatist.
I'm a pessimist and a realist.
Where was
I'm going
I?
to try to avoid ists.
Is it really a fun game if no one wants to play? The change made people want to play again too, and not just bot. Yeah, certainly it probably did. If everyone is voting, it's just a DeFi platform.
The two things that have personally made me want to play less are the amount of noise surrounding the failures to deliver of the teams and the distraction that that's created, and the shift to energy. Because I used to like to binge play and not have to worry about energy with the diminishing rewards. I wonder if energy has created a situation in which less people actually play, or people play fewer games.
I think that energy is a system that the game always should have had, because it would have been simpler. So if it had that right from the get-go, that would have been the expectation instead of the novel idea, which, to be frank, was just copied from the Hive blockchain around diminishing returns based on increased activity.
Sure. But why can't I keep playing for no rewards when my energy hits 0?
But you can play in a tournament and be terrible.
But the tournaments are scheduled and you can't play live in real time necessarily.
True.
So it makes no sense to me. You're capping. It's like, feels like it's artificially capping gameplay.
Well, I know.
Yeah, honestly, I miss the complexity of ECR.
I miss being able to just play 150 Splinterlands games in a row and get it out of my system. That's when I used to actually like the game.
It makes me feel like you're like a drug addict scratching at your flesh. If you haven't played your 150 games, you just let out a blood-curdling wail.
Kevin is the Dave Chappelle
meme. Yes. That is me. Except I'm laying on a pile of pillows next to a washer and a dryer.
Sounds extraordinarily comfortable. In the A tier, to catch you and anyone who may just be joining the stream now up, I have update market fee to include a 2% burn. My failed proposal of DAO deposit stablecoin to HBD savings using interest to buy and burn DEC daily.
I'd say that would be an A-, but would have been an A if the stable coins would have been more diversified.
Yeah. End SPS airdrop and send unclaimed SPS to the DAO. That one's in a lower A tier, because many other DAOs have done a similar proposal. I've put Bulldog's proposal of swap DAO BUSD and USDCT for DEC in B tier. Because B is for Bulldog, if we're looking at the alphabet, but also that proposal did come very close to passing. Mine was sort of a embellishment of that proposal, so I feel like they were completely not, one would have not existed without the other.
That's fair.
C tier, turn on DAO LP rewards. Change the threshold for passing the pre-proposal stage, which has definitely encouraged more proposals to be put forth. Then I've got a tier called the DAO heard itself in confusion. And in this tier, we have implement daily burn of Rift Watchers packs. Splinterlands will try to implement anti-bot measures in Modern. Price Rift Watchers packs in DEC. This is the recent proposal. Not the past one that asked that. And revamp.
The one that includes vouchers?
Yeah. And then revamp market fees to include 2% DAO royalty. This is where the DAO hurt itself in confusion. Dumpster fire is require DEC burn for soulbound cards to be used on land. It won't do much. Update terms of service to prohibit bot use in tourneys and brawls.
What about update terms of service to prevent insults of the Splinterlands team?
Update terms of service to
That's
prohibit
in the TOC.
update terms of service to prohibit use of battle helpers in modern ranked tourneys and brawls is also in it won't do much. And then the final tier is thank you for burning 100k DEC, which is implement a max base production limit for land plots in phase 1.5 and Maverick's house Discord channel pre-proposal.
What's that one?
That was one whereby someone was proposing that there should be a SPS staking requirement in order to be in the Mavericks house channel. They proposed some numbers as a draft format, then the SPS staking numbers were released and they were not correlated in any way. Yeah, we would have had thousands of people in Mav chat. Not that it's a privileged place to be, but
when I think of Mav chat, I just think of enlightenment.
I don't, and I'm often someone who chitter chatters in there because I do not say enlightened things in Mav chat.
I'm either not in the Splinterlands Discord or never go to it because of Mav chat and how toxic it is.
Allocate 30 million SPS to pursue exchange listings. I'm putting that in it won't do much because it hasn't done anything to date.
It's not very much either when SPS is worth, what,
2
1.5
cents?
2 cents?
Yeah. Convert BUSD DAO holdings into DEC DAI LP. Thank you for burning 100k DEC. Because not a lot of the Splinterlands community probably even knows what DAI is. DAI is a stable coin on Ethereum and many other bridges, which is meant to be pegged to the USD, but the only liquidity pool for that is on Uniswap between DEC, DAI, and people hate gas fees, so thank you for burning 100k DEC. Offer land starter packages for sale by burning DEC or DECB. This one makes me confused and slightly frustrated because I already bought my land.
On it? We don't know what these things are actually going to do or if land is ever going to come.
Well, we do know everything that they do because they were time crystals, some starting grain, and a building in a box to basically skip the queue.
I have all that, but I don't have it because land doesn't exist.
I'm going to say that this just should have been a game design choice and shouldn't have been something that came to the community. I kind of want to put it in dumpster fire, even though I supported it. But
it's not a bad idea. It's
even if it didn't pass, you could then change the design document or the functionality of land to say, okay, that proposal didn't pass, but we're going to do the same thing just via a design mechanic in the game that isn't immediately apparent.
But does it lose value / virtue / grades because of the fact that there will be no true land market if land is ever released?
There already is a land market. We can trade our land with one another.
I'm sorry, I meant to say grain market.
That'll come. That'll come. It's surely not difficult to implement. I have faith.
Neither is a staking system for land.
Unless the reason that DECB was soulbound was because the team in the restructure had lost a key dev that was able to set up a trading market between tokens. That is wild hubris and obvious attempts at comedy, by the way, and in no way a comment on the competency of the current Splinterlands development team. It's just that they have a lot of work to do. I'm going to put that one in C tier. Reserve enough Chaos Legion packs to provide rewards until Rebellion. This is another controversial one from me, where I'm going to look forward to your comments in chat. But this one is the DAO hurt itself in confusion. if the idea was to burn all the Chaos Legion packs to get them out of the way and get rid of them so that Chaos Legion cards would appreciate in value and benefit every member of the community who owns Chaos Legion cards, and this may be a whale game, because I had a max Chaos level Legion deck thing. Why would you put something aside that is meant to be of finite supply when you want to burn it out of existence in order to distribute
Because
it over a
shouldn't have
period
been
of
burned
time?
in the first place.
I agree
But
with you. It shouldn't have been burned.
Rewards continue to be available for players, especially after the switch to the soulbound cards.
Yeah, my view is the same as Lich Deaths. They should have never been burnt until the next expansion came out. Yep.
Or, at all. Like,
maybe that's how the
there's no problem
flywheel
with
is
having
meant to work. Jagged, I was trying not to say the word flywheel on this stream. I got 35 minutes in before you screwed me over. That was a personal goal that I had not articulated. But now I've said the word and I feel like I need to have a shower.
I said it again!
The flea wheel.
I've been doing business with a company called Flywheel,
Oh, wonderful. Boost Land
Have you actually
Survey.
been successfully doing business with them now?
No, the business attempt was a failure. They would not
They would not agree to your terms.
they would not work with me.
Very good. Boost land survey chances by burning DEC or DECB. Thank you for burning 100k DEC.
Yes.
SPS DAO mints promo card for SPS stakers. This was Raz. I'm going to say it won't do much because I don't think it did much, but it gave us Raz.
It did add a cool card.
Yeah.
I would give that a B for Bulldog.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
for the logic is there.
one of the best proposals, says Daru. Yeah.
Yeah, because see, if everything else wasn't so messy, I think it would have been great. Great.
I didn't support it because I am a massive SPS holder, and I'm like, no, I don't want more stuff for holding my SPS. I already get tons of stuff for holding my SPS, so I didn't support that proposal.
It's like getting a unique thing, though. That's kind of cool thing that people.
It also wasn't something that you were getting for free. You were just getting access to.
Yeah.
No, true. Yes.
Peak Monsters create a dashboard to view and interact with community proposal suggestions. Now, they burnt 100k DEC for one SPS, so thank you for burning 100k DEC, Jarvi, Asgarth, Peak Monsters. They would have done this even without the thing. They had already done this without this proposal, so they purely just burnt 100k DEC for the good of the community. So thank you. SPS DAO should stake 28 million, yeah, not 28 billion, 28 million, so that they stake 30 million total SPS. This one is the fact that the DAO didn't hurt itself in confusion here is good. So I'm going to go put this one in thank you for burning 100k DEC because it didn't pass. Okay, here we go. The proposal that was mine and Rick's most campaigned against. Sell 2 billion DECB for DEC or vouchers. Okay, this one goes in. The DAO hurt itself in confusion, but it also goes into dumpster fire.
Is there a category below dumpster fire?
It won't do much.
They're not necessarily
I feel like they
in
should
order.
be reversed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think if I was to put them in order, it should be Captain Obvious, ABC, then thank you for burning 100 DEC. Then it won't do much. Then the DAO hurt itself in confusion. Then dumpster fire. I feel like that would be more appropriate ordering. But this is an imperfect world, so it shall remain unordered as a list because I've discovered a bug on the Splinterlands website on this proposal page where the sorting function does not work. So that is why the sorting function does not work on my tier list either. It's just it's consistency.
Do they pay bug hunters in SPS?
I don't know. Price,
No.
blood, and power stones in DEC. I don't know if anyone's actually bought blood or power stones in DEC. I don't have the data on that, but I'm going to say thank you for burning 100k DEC. Daily.
I mean, people have but yeah, it's. I think that one was terrible because, like this should be merits.
Yeah. Daily
It should
burn
be
of
merit.
unsold Chaos Legion packs. I'm gonna actually put that one in C tier because, yeah, sure, great idea, but I much prefer the idea of having packs available for a certain period of time built into the future things. Okay. Replace DEC liquidity pool rewards with SPS. This one wasn't a wholly terrible idea. I think that's probably a C tier. But at the same time, I don't think it really did all that much. It stopped the emission of some new DEC. But, yeah. And now we go to the original price rift watches in DEC, which at the time, I would say was thank you for burning 100k DEC. Price validator node licenses in DEC. Thank you for burning 100k DEC. Add SPS rewards for guild brawls.
I love the meme, Jagged. Thank you.
Did I put the other Rift watches for DEC where? So, price Rift watches packs in DEC, I put the Dow hurt itself in confusion. That's the modern version of that. Jumping back to add SPS rewards for guild brawls, that's a Captain Obvious because it was in the white paper. Again, gameplay decision, game design decision, not something the community should have had a say on because it was in the white paper.
But the counter argument there, though, is that a lot of things in the white paper took a long time to implement, or I believe have not been implemented. So in that respect, isn't there merit to the community kind of forcing the team's hand to an extent?
Yes.
So wouldn't that merit create a new category like Captain Obvious But? It's like, thank you for doing your job.
I feel threatened. I feel like you've got a can of mace and you're just like holding it in your hand menacingly, but don't actually intend to use it.
I've got a can of bear spray near my back door.
Pepper.
Captain Obvious's butt. Lulz.
I'm just copying
You
these.
kind of look like a bear.
I'm copying these remaining proposal things just onto the side of the slide so that I can have the tier list be full screen. Oh man, I hated all these Rift Watches pre-sale proposals because I don't remember what each and every one of them did because they were all so confusing and convoluted. But hey, at least they burnt several 100,000 DEC.
And they all should have passed.
These ones I'll actually have to go and reread to remember exactly what they were. I mean, these were basically customer service proposals as a way of outsourcing the outrage to say, but the community decided this, therefore we're going to do this. Is that a valid view, Rick?
Yeah, they're basically we screwed up in our pre-release and the way that we ran it, and a whole bunch of people got screwed over. So here's a few different attempts to make it right, and
You
we'll
decide.
allow all of the whales to be greedy and say, no, forget people.
Yeah.
What are people?
That people who don't have size 14 feet.
Oh,
No,
Rick,
people who don't have size 14 wallets.
I didn't know wallets came in different sizes.
mine is quite big, but not because it's filled with money. Just because I got a big one because if I don't feel it in my pant pocket, I get worried and stuff.
Okay. Now we have a full screen tier list. With all these other proposals off in yonder. So, adjust rewards based on card level. This was the proposal that basically said if you're playing in Diamond League and you use a 1 BCX gold chicken in order to extract additional rewards, you should not get rewards based on that 1 BCX. Being at max level should yield higher rewards. I feel like this was almost a B tier, even though people probably didn't understand it. Maybe a C tier. Oh, you know what? I needed an S tier for saltiness. But I feel like this is one that also doesn't reward people who play like really smart moves. Like if I play a level 1 card here, it's actually going to be better
so it's
because it's going
contextual.
to attract the opportunity that the enemy is going to use in this rule set.
Like a non-upgraded fungus slinger.
Yeah, it's C. I think it's still there as C because C is a passing grade, but C is also for contentious.
I don't consider a C to be a passing grade.
Yeah, C is a at my university that I went to, there was only 2 grades. Actually, no, there was 3 grades. Some courses had 2 grades. One was competencies demonstrated or something like that, and competency not demonstrated. So it was literally either a pass or a fail. It was a P or an F, pass or fail. That was the actual grade. C's get degrees, Tuga Champ says. At my university, it was P's get degrees. Because
in a PhD program, you're told pretty quick that an A is an A, a B is a C, and a C is a we'd fail you, but we don't fail people.
we don't fail people who pay us this amount of money because they probably also have that amount of money to litigate against us.
No one has a scholarship. Oh, no.
Mine was a J to pass.
That's a joke or not?
Oh man, I mean I could get my university transcript out, but I don't really feel like doing that. It's in the filing cabinet behind me.
I could get mine, but it's just the GPA is too high. It's really heavy.
Yeah, mine is the same, I'm afraid.
It's so good. It's so good it would scare people.
Okay. Next one here. Begin SPS reward payouts for landholders. Is there a tier above Captain Obvious? Again, it was in the white paper. Begin SPS payouts for tower defense pack holders. I don't think that this should have ever passed. I think that tower defense should have just been released. But honestly, I feel like we first need to consider this one, which is reallocate SPS from team pool to reward pool for tower defense, which is probably a great move. The team sacrificing their own potential prosperity for that of the community.
As long as it's not delivered. Yeah.
And then I'd say that below that is begin reward payouts for tower defense, but I think that actually needs to go into the Captain Obvious category. SPS reward land in dumpster fire? No. That was in the white paper. Split
I don't
ranked
think
battle reward pools by league. So this was splitting the reward pool in twain for modern and wild. I think, yeah, that's okay. I don't think it's an A tier. It's a B tier. The
isn't
first,
it Captain Obvious to a certain extent?
yeah, it straddles the line. Like, I feel like this one just needs to like inhabit all
A liminal
three
space.
of those
Yeah.
simultaneously.
It's like Vruse. It's just always running from one space to the other.
SPS governance proposal number 1. Thanks for burning 100k DEC. Because that was a pretty meaningless proposal. Now, we've sort of discussed these Rift Watchers pre-sale ones. I feel like these ones need to be grouped together. I had feared that this would take much longer. I've exceeded my own expectations at how quickly I was able to do this. I'm going to group these, then I can make them tinier so that they may fit in. I did have another tier here that was just the letter Y, but I feel like these need to have a shape placed behind them. Maybe a
league of
nice
their own.
bright sun. And then we're going to make it yellow. Now my PowerPoint skills aren't very good. But can I put text in there? Outsourcing customer service choices. And then we'll make that text purple because purple is on the exact opposite side of the color wheel to yellow, so it'll be very easy to see.
If you were salty like me, you'd be calling this category buck passing.
Outsourcing customer service choices is the Rift Watchers. Bring to front. Move them over here. Make them smaller. I feel like that's way too big relative to the rest of the, the list, but I feel like it gets my point across.
As it should.
Yeah. The Dow hurt itself in confusion goes down to the bottom, so this one becomes thank you for burning.
Thank you. Come again.
100k DEC.
It's funny that you just did an Apu quote. I'm literally making a Simpsons meme right now.
We will group all of these together. We'll move them up here. We'll
There should be a category called like finding a sunflower seed in your butt crack.
No, there shouldn't. Because I can't think of any scenario other than you rolling around in your own filth where that would happen. Because we did make a mention of sunflower seeds earlier today.
Well, it's very easy to imagine sunflower seeds spilled on the floor. Someone's getting up, and as they're getting up, their shorts fall slightly.
It's not like going to the beach where sand's going to get everywhere.
But when you consume a normal amount of sunflower seeds, like some of us do.
Just imagining a vast sack.
I wish Ronnie's made vast sacks of sunflower seeds.
Push a little daisy
Kevin,
and make them come up.
PMs.
Yep.
I just feel like I have to make this one. Small as possible. Too positive of a review. says Daru on my proposal tier list.
That's pretty dope, Rick.
I am happy to share the PowerPoint file for this, Daru, and you can rearrange them to your own designs. One moment, I will save this, but give me a second. I'll need to do that on another monitor. Get on my other monitor, and I will send you the PowerPoint file on Discord. What is the name of this? Tier list for proposals. Okay, Discord. Where's Daru on my Discord? No, there can only be one Daru. Can you send me a DM on Discord, Daru? I cannot find you. Yeah. I thought I'd messaged you on Discord previously.
Watch out, I'm at my computer making...
You're making memes. I thought you were at your computer making pasta.
I did earlier.
There is only one Daru. It's on Daru_plot. Oh no, I found you, Daru, on Discord from our previous conversation. You have a Rooney as your display picture, don't you? Are you the one?
Fitty Tree 17.
Gamer Nova's meme, I think is supposed to be funny, but I might be too much of a noob to understand it, where it says, expectation, borrower, 5 chaos pack in season chest, reality lender, all packs go to lender. What is that referring
To? To Nifty Arcade.
So
to?
Matt Clark has sent me a Untamed pack.
Ooh.
See, the thing that's annoying me right now is Daru's really actually a very clever person. And I'm going to just change my Discord over to my camera view so that I can actually use my main monitor. Oh wait, that's the more that I just messaged. Oh my god. I am such a boomer right now. Daru, what was it, 5317?
Yep.
Okay, I think I got the right one now, but they only accept messages from friends, so I sent them a friend request. I can already see Demor's perplex look when he sees the message. I have explained. I hope I've now sent a message to the right Daru. The code word to send back in the message is when land. In the meantime, I'm going to change back to my main monitor. How is it any different from a normal look? Oh, Daru's being savage with his burns. Let's open this Untamed pack that Matt Clark sent to me. He sent a couple to Rick earlier. What do you think I'm going to get out of this?
Gold foil kitty.
Nah, you're wrong.
Gold foil Yodin.
Look, I wouldn't be angry at that. Jagged says Gold Kitty as well. No, it's a bog standard pack. Sniping Narwhal, Kobold Bruiser, a Giant Scorpion, a Magma Troll, and a regular foil Bortus. 4 commons and a rare. I actually have a Gladius pack, and then I really need to do my Brawl teams.
Oh man, I need to do.
So I haven't submitted them yet, and I know that Matt Clark's watching. And he'll hurt me if I don't submit Brawl teams. So what's in my Gladius pack? Is this a Quora? No, it's a Gorth. Dang it. But anyway, those won't let me level up anything. So let's go and go to my Guild Brawl town and hastily submit quality teams in my guild. Oh, hey, there's Daru. One moment while I open a window and bring a window over here. And then get distracted some more. It wasn't really meant to be a burn. No, I gotcha. I understand. It's kind of like me looking homeless. I'm always looking homeless. And I'm fiercely proud of that. Where's that PowerPoint file? I have too many files in the root of this directory. Tier list for proposals. Here you go, Daru. I sent you the PowerPoint file on Discord. Now to the brawl. I have 8 teams to enter, and I have 48 minutes to do it. Okay, I get to play Quora. Yay. Ooh, and immunity will be very helpful. I'm just gonna llama Quora. Don't look at your matches. I don't want to look at your matches. I don't want to start a fire.
I'm really happy because I'm getting all the errors.
All
You're
of
calling the API to.
All of the errors. Oh, here we go. They've got Catrabella. Upload failed. Let's try again. I'm really grateful for that princess right now. Oh no, no I'm not. Princess got the last stand. So when am I being ceremoniously kicked out of the guild, Matt? Does the ceremony involve the removal of a pineapple from a part of my body, as the ceremony for induction also did? 5-4. You know, it'd be hilarious if he burst in through the window of my study at the countdown of 0. Because he could do that because he does know where I live. In fact, he's been in this very room while I've been streaming before.
Did you guys play Splinterlands against each other at that point?
No, we were doing. He was being a guest on my show.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. This rule set just has amplify. I feel like with amplify being involved, I'm gonna go with Deep Swimmer and search for Magic Reflect. We'll go Almo and Cornelius and Lobstradamus and use up so much of my mana. And then we want some Reflection Shield. Tidebiter feels nice for that. And then we need an actual Gladiator. So some sort of good Bloodlust. Let's go with an Opportunity. Hope our opponent doesn't bring Thorns. That would be quite unfortunate. I'll bring Tortazan Chief to fill out the remainder of that team. Well, Matt really did kill the chat with his countdown. Okay, so my opponent has brought Grandmaster Wraith to the party. I could not have brought a worse summoner to play. We'll see how well Almo can defend, and we really hope that our Gladiator survives the onslaught. The onslaught that is the Celestial Harpy. But I think this is possibly looking good for me. Iziar's now going to attract all the attacks. The good news is they don't have a shield. I've got one more turn of survival left for my Gladiator card. Oh, no, there we go. They're going to stay alive for slightly longer now. I think I got this one in the bag. Almo equals MVP. Unless Brightwing can take down everybody else. They did not. Very good. Very nice. And that is what I call redemption. It's also a 50% win rate, which is pretty not great. Right. Fire and Regret, Counterspell. Odd one's out. Venari Marks Rat is banished, as is the kitty. That is okay with the mana set. I want somebody with Thorns in my front line. I might
Use Mylor.
Green Splint is not allowed in this brawl, and we've discussed the fact that I don't have a Mylor.
You could use a level 1 Mylor.
Not in a diamond level brawl.
You don't have Mylor.
I am thinking of Living Lava for this. That way I get Thorns. Rust. And Shield. Although Caledon would be... Actually, I'm going to go Onyx Sentinel. Because nobody expects an Onyx Sentinel. Then...
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition either.
Correct. Our Bloodlust is going to be provided by Fina Vixum. Then I think I'm just going to stack other opportunity / sneak, but lean more heavily towards sneak creatures. Okay, I can afford 2 1-mana creatures, so let's go like so. And try and speed everyone up. We'll see how this goes. Runic and Oshore. Well, I'm glad I went for the speed. Very similar teams here. But they did not bring a Bloodlust. Ouch. My Flame Monkey be gone. That miss was probably pretty costly. Oh, that was a beautiful backfire. Yeah, I think I'm good here. Really glad this guy doesn't have force field. Otherwise, that would have been a nasty end to my day. That worked out well. All right, that's a 66% win ratio. I can play Quora. No, I can't play Quora. Silent Summoners Amplify with 16 mana available. That is not a great deal of mana. Lowest mana summoners, please. I think Dragon Death. Dragon Life. Let's go Dragon Life. Because we can use a Stitch Leech. We can have a heal and a Dragon Spirit. Triage makes me more difficult to kill. And actually, let's dump that Dragon Spirit and replace it with the Conjurer, because it amplifies a thing. And we'll throw in a Celestial Harpy. Stitch Leech can go there. Then for 1 mana, we just want as much health as possible. Which means a Chaos Agent. I don't know how this is going to work. It's not going to work because my opponent hasn't yet submitted a team. How long to end the season? I think 4.5 hours or something like that.
Oh, so I'll get to open up like 8 chests or something.
Armored up close and personal, and evens. But only the Life Splinter. Do I use the not fully leveled Gladiator and like throw in a second Gladiator card here, or do I just do the sensible thing and play Wraith? I do the sensible thing and play Wraith, and then I stack. Actually, that's not really a sensible thing. The sensible thing would be to play Chancius, because it's unlikely that there's going to be magic here from the enemy. Well, I guess that's going to be my Gladiator card, because it's the only one available. It's not a bad choice. It's a legendary. Then I have 5 mana left, throwing Chain Golem in as my tank. But because it's evens, it's not likely to be any enemy sneak. So I think I'm just going to focus on stuff that can attack no matter what. But we'll throw various blockers in. Because, yeah, I don't think that there's going to be... Oh, the only sneak was that Damaki Exile. So maybe if they've got a Exile, it might be dangerous. Ah, I have a ranked match. Thanks, my bot. Noxious Fumes, explosive weaponry, counterspell. Wraith with all the triage. Triple triage. Also a cleanse. But then an immunity somehow. And some vampirism. Then I have 12 mana left to play with. Resurrect sounds great to me. 3 hours and 47 minutes for end of season. Hey, Kira. Just 2 weeks until you cover me on this Monday slot. I hope you haven't forgotten. Because in 2 weeks' time, I'll be going to go see Evanescence here in Adelaide.
Are you allowed to take that many vacation days?
Yes. I'm taking the whole week off of my day job that week.
I encourage this behavior. Rick, check your messages.
That Almo is going to cause me a bad time.
Post it.
Of course I'm going to post it. I don't think you should post anything like that.
That Elmo is causing me the worst of times. In fact, the fact that I played so much Magic in a Magic Reflect rule set is going to cause me the worst of times. It's been a long time since I've seen the Llama plus Gelatinous Cube combination. Yes, their Queen Mycelia is dead. That fills me with such joy. Hello, Dark.
Do you enjoy committing regicide?
Sure. Against Queen Mycelia, definitely. She's incredibly annoying. I believe Wu Lang is gonna commit genocide against my team, though. That last stand cube is gonna be obnoxious. Yeah, I'm skipping that one to results. They're gonna be no win. Okay, why did I go all the way back to here? I need to go back to my guild battles. Roll. Three more to fulfill. What have we got? I cannot play Kitty. I cannot play Lux. There is a brilliant opportunity to play Life Splinter. Hello, Ilthian. Reflection Shield. That's an interesting choice. Sure. Now, weapons training, because I believe that's a great choice. Who else has no attacks? Zerial will weapon train both of those people. Now we need an actual tank in the front line. Ooh, Captain Katie can be played here as well. Still need an actual tank in the front line. Legionnaire Alvar feels like a mistake, but it's one I'm willing to make. Zerial is going to be so incredibly vulnerable here.
She probably feels that way because she doesn't have any land to stand on.
So is Captain Katie. She's exposed to sneak. Ouch, I got absolutely demolished here. So demolished.
So,
Although Warrior of Peace did a pretty good job doing all the dodging, but not good enough. Okay, 2 more battles left. Broken Arrows. That's nice and simple. No Kitty, no Lux. No Death Splinter. Who's going to have the best magic reflect? / shields. I'm going to take a page from Rick's book. And go with not Possibilis, because I thought that blue would have had more magic reflect. Let's go Lily with Life Splinter. What about Fire Splinter? I know Fire Splinter is not renowned for its magic reflect. Yeah, and deservedly so. So Dragon with blue. Way we can go with Robo Dragon Knight. Lobstradamus. Then we need an Amplify. Go River Nymph. Relinor Cleaver. Then we can throw Shur in. And we're going to want some repair. Let's go with Myrtle Eye Guardian. Lobstradamus can go at the back. We still left 9 mana on the table.
you probably won't.
Yeah. Don't know. We'll find out soon enough, maybe. Or Relinor just absolutely smashed Lurker.
Lost to a llama in a novice. How's that even possible?
The only problem with Mr. Cleaver Man is that he hasn't actually gotten any Bloodlust going. Man, Ashur's stealing all the kills. There we go. Relinor's now online.
And if you confront her about it, she'll say, "I sure did."
No, another kill to Relinor. I mean, Ashur. Yeah. Ashur MVP. Kind of mad because Relinor only got 50% of the kills in the team. And as a gladiator, that's an unacceptable performance. That's like D tier for destroyed. Can you quit it with the ninja puns? Sure, I can.
Nice.
Nice. And what a great rule set to
but...
close with. Oh no. I wish it was +1 more mana because I can't quite play Llama Quora. So I'm going to have to be creative and play in the ones out rule set. Let's go Lorna. Captain Katie. And then is there any other? No other snipe that's magical, is there? Nope. Blue Splinter? Nope. So yeah, Captain Katie is going to be the unique element here. So let's go to Lorna. Captain Katie. Then it becomes very difficult to choose the rest of the team.
Walk the grid. I don't think that joke works too well in text. I love it though. What's Bruce Lee's favorite drink? What's up?
Would have been impossible
However,
for that.
the flip side does work pretty well in text. What's Bruce Wayne's favorite drink?
Thank you for reminding me, Walk the Grid. Yeah, I'm okay with Captain Katie being in this team. In fact, I think Captain Katie is going to be the Kapiao. And then more Kapiao. And then Dr. Blight gets to do final Kapiao. And yeah, that's my brawl cycle over. So how did I perform? 4 wins, 2 losses, 2 currently unresolved. 3rd best in the guild. I gave our team 12 points. So I took us from 123 points. So I moved our team up 2 positions. It's Captain Katie is Captain Catherine Janeway. No, I don't think so. I don't believe this. Now, with the way you boys are giggling, I'm going to go look at the meme community now.
Yes, you should.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Well, I've opened it. I'm going to bear witness to it. I'm not angry. You're just a liar. I feel like that's not a confessional window, so that's great. Mission accomplished. Oh no.
That is probably the most
oh,
meme
jagged. Oh, my tier list for dummies. There is only one tier. That tier is a dumpster fire. That's a bit too much salt. I was told there would be land. Great film. One of the greatest films.
And damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Nifty expectations versus reality. Expectation. 5 chaos packs in season chest. Borrower. Reality. All packs go to lender.
Palazar, whenever you're done with that, check our group chat for a meme that
Marked
you'll
safe
be glad
from
I'm not
land.
posting.
When you win with a team of low-level cards against a maxed-out opponent on Splinterlands, yes. And then you still get minimal SPS rewards. Wow, there's been so many memes contributed today. I feel cherished.
I don't think it's because of you.
This one I enjoyed very heavily. Land is delayed. I get to keep Hollow's cards from Rick. This could be us. Yeah, that's Utopia. Well, this gets rid of all my voting power. That's all my high voting power now gone. So let me bring Splinterlands back up. Yes, Sundaram, brilliant meme. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. Now let me check my Discord DM on my other monitor.
Yeah, definitely keep it on your other monitor. Should I post that in the meme community, Halzer?
Do not. Do not. That is where I draw the line.
I think you draw a line well before that.
Yeah. So there's exactly 3 hours and 30 minutes left in the season. There's 13 hours left in my quest, but that should be the same for everybody now that that's reset. Do I try to open these packs? Because I have 2 Chaos Legion packs. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we get.
What's their current market value?
Don't know. Don't care. Dice roll. Oh, it's a bad dice roll. It's a very bad dice roll. So I know you were talking about the Women's World Soccer Cup thingy-madoo.
Yeah, but Australia is going to the semi-finals.
Yeah, and it's funny how quickly every single Australian's jumped on the bandwagon of suddenly caring about a sport that is not really televised on any free-to-air TV platform in the country.
The sport or the World Cup?
The sport and the World Cup.
I thought you had to televise it to get it.
I think they get around it by televising like 1 game per round or something like that. The rest of it is on paywalled subscription TV services.
Oh, lovely.
But yeah, everybody's going nuts about this, and I have an event to go to on Wednesday night, and that game is happening on Wednesday night, and I fear that this event will be ruined by people trying to watch the soccer.
Is this event taking place in public?
Yes, it's a gathering of astronomy people, and they will be talking about stars.
No, they'll be talking about the stars on the Australian women's.
It'll be taking place in a planetarium.
The same way,
this
same
event.
one that you have experience with.
Yes, in fact, the only one in the city.
Point.
And I'm afraid that they're going to try and project the game onto the ceiling of the planetarium, and if they do, I may just leave.
That would be so freaking amazing.
Or worse
Nice
yet,
catch.
someone's going to try and Chromecast it to it. Instead, they'll be talking about Genesis League. They might be talking
Unlikely.
about the Genesis League of the Stars.
I actually look at Genesis League and I see more potential there than I do with Splinterlands proper.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you should do a Genesis League proposal tier list if they had any proposals. I don't know if they
But
have
it's-
proposals. I haven't been following it.
It's football, and they definitely have land if they're playing football.
But they only have 7 players on the field, not 11. Even I know that's not real soccer. Yeah, the planetarium here in Adelaide is probably about a 15-20 minute drive from my house. Walk the Grid. It's a great place. I've been there many times.
Every planetarium's a great place.
Yeah. The one in Adelaide's part of the university.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, it's within the campus. Because it's used in the actual astronomy sciences stuff that they teach there.
Meaning it's an instrument of American espionage.
No.
Yeah, within the Five Eyes Alliance.
No, that's Woomera, where they launched all the NASA rockets from.
Oh, okay. I just getting my places mixed up.
Walk the grid immediately, like, yes.
Just getting a little mixed up about the Land Down Under.
It is
Canada
fun.
is also a participant in Five Eyes.
I've only got 2 of them, thanks.
I've only got one good one.
I've got 2 good ones. I had my semi-annual optometry check on Friday.
You mean
Story
your
time.
competition with your wife?
Yeah, she lost. She has terrible eyesight. Story time. We're going to the camera for this one. So walk in, the optometrist's like, so the last time we checked your eyes, they were actually perfect. Like there was nothing wrong with them. I'm like, yep. Why are you here? My wife told me to be here. Okay. All right. Read these. Blah blah blah. Read these. Blah blah blah. Very good. Read these. Blah 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 blah. Those ones were actually pretty difficult. Okay, you definitely won't be able to read these. Blah 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 blah. What? Okay, changes it to another slide. And I'm like, there's 26 letters in the alphabet and 10 digits. There's no way I could have guessed all of them correctly based on how many are on that row. She's like, that's why I'm getting you to do another one. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you missed one of those. You shouldn't have gotten any of them. Okay, let's do all the other checks. And then it was like, yeah, you don't need glasses. But if I was to say anything, because your like vision for things that are very small is very good, you mustn't then have very good close-up vision because the physics of the eyeball does not work in such a way. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. She's like, so here's a slight prescription if you really want to read something that's like 2 centimeters away from your face. And I'm like, I don't think I'll be in a scenario like that.
You're really just trying to make a quick buck out of it?
No, because it's all covered by the Australian Medicare.
Wait, Australian Medicare
optical,
covers glasses?
yeah, not glasses, but the eye testing it covers. It covers
Oh.
the testing, but not the actual glasses.
The Canadian system only covers them, as far as I know, if you're on benefits.
Yeah,
Because I pay for mine.
you can go get an eye test anytime. Well, once a year, I think, is the thing. But yeah, that was the story of my eye test.
Congratulations.
And it was pretty amusing. Because I could have then used that prescription to go get like sunglasses on my health insurance, but I'm like, I've already got 6 or 7 pairs. I don't need more sunglasses.
Yes, you do.
No, I really don't. I really don't. It's like 7 pairs of an identical set of Oakleys. And all
I didn't
of
know
them
they
are...
made goth-looking Oakleys.
They don't.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I insisted that my wife get the serial killer glasses. She refused.
I have the serial killer glasses.
That's brilliant.
That's because you are a serial killer.
Yes.
You demolish 3 bowls in the morning for breakfast all the time. Do we have spies in Australia? Not to my knowledge.
Do you have what? Spires or spies?
Spies.
You definitely do.
Not to my knowledge is the correct answer. I always preferred Frosties. Walk the Grid. That's my favorite cereal that's mostly sugar. Oh, one of our brawl battles is happening. Somebody put their team in. Just the one. Just the one spy. Barry. He's a nice guy. Not a great spy. Everyone knows him. He's pretty popular at barbecues.
Barry is coming. Look busy.
I just love that episode of The Simpsons where it's like, I'll ask the Prime Minister. Oi, Prime Minister. And he's just floating in a little inflatable pool.
Doesn't everyone know everyone in Australia?
No.
Of course they do.
Leon is a great film, Larkin.
It's like the Marine Corps. Everybody knows everybody.
Who's ever been in it?
Yep. Well, we got a kill in. But now the enemy gets a resurrection. I'm amazed that they also played Chain Golem. I think I'm going to win this by virtue of Kralis being able to dole out that extra magic damage. Chris Hemsworth helped me move house, says Matt. Chris Hemsworth actually lifted up the house as well. There's no gyms in Australia.
He didn't mean move out of the house. He meant move the house.
Yeah, there's no gyms in Australia. They just and by Chris Hemsworth, Matt is referring to his actual blood brother, Chris Hemsworth, because they're both equally as handsome as one another.
Who's Chris Hemsworth?
Thor.
Oh, they filmed that movie in Iceland. I took a private tour to the top of a glacier, and if that's the guy I'm thinking of, the guy who played Thor, I sat in the seat he had sat in during his private tour. I was told.
I bet they tell that to all the people that they think are American, but are actually Canadian. Chris Hemsworth helped me defrost the freezer.
The Icelander lost his cell phone in the glacier, mind you. I thought that was pretty cool.
I guess you could say its software got frozen.
It did. His phone froze.
He mentioned that. He found an old pie there. Since I didn't send the tier. I tried to send the tier though, Daru. I did. Why did it let you send the file? I'm downloading.
But
Daru's.
Trying and doing are not the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, they tried to deliver land.
I'm opening up Daru's tier list.
No, you're assuming they tried. Rick.
Okay, so Daru's tier list is Captain Obvious, move SPS rewards to gameplay for Soul Keep, distribute land SPS reward, adjust reward cards based on level, applause, turn on doubt LP rewards, land SPS distributed to those who surveyed, boost survey chances by DEC, DECB, the Peak Monsters dashboard. Wait, where's my proposal? Dumpster fire. Dumpster fire. Dumpster fire for my proposal. Nah.
I just spit out my coffee. Daru's responsible for burning my lip.
Makes sense. Update terms of service to prohibit bots. DAO should stake more SPS. Add SPS rewards for guild brawls. Doesn't hurt. Update terms of service to prohibit use of battle helpers in modern ranked. The Riftwatchers pre-sale proposals. Change the threshold for pre-proposals. Bloodstones and DEC. Alright. Meh. Daily burn of Riftwatchers. Reallocate from team pool to TD pool. Do I think that my proposal may have reduced the HBD interest? Yeah, possibly. It may have. I did have Ozbitbank, who's one of the Hive witnesses, contact me and say, hey, we discussed this on one of the monthly witness meetings. The witnesses are probably going to use their SPS stake to say no. And I just realized that I'm not sharing my screen right now, so I should share my screen again. Let's do that. There we go. Here's Daru's tier list. Which is pretty small. Because I got carried away with my story time. There's another 3 tiers further down. Oh, only one of the Riftwatchers pre-sales. Gotcha. Huh? What a great name for a tier list. Huh? DEC burn for Soulbound and SPS airdrop claims. Yeah, Daru was a lot more savage in there. destruction of prior DAO proposals. Matt, it just means you'll be able to watch Splinterlands TV without ads for a month. Yeah, everyone can blame me, Boba Fett. It's fine. You think it was a bit positive? I think it was savage. Mainly because of the damning critique of my own proposal. But it's an interesting exercise for everybody to do, I think. Just so that they can sort of think of where they sit in terms of the positivity on the DAO's activities. So there's Daru's. And here's mine. Yeah, I was a lot more generous because I had a lot more proposals at the top end. I had a fair few clustered in the middle, just at a glance in terms of like the distribution of them. It increases the chances of winning giveaways. Yeah, I guess if people are using the streamer luck, sub luck category, I guess it does. Now, in terms of, did I get us another position? No, I can't get us another position anymore. Although we have 6 hours and we still have people that need to submit teams. 2 people who need to submit teams. Yeah, I'm just to be clear, Daru, I am not saddened or offended by your positioning of my proposal. As I said, I'm unemotionally affected by it, but it's fun to pretend to be emotionally impacted by it because, you know, that generates entertainment.
Are you referring to the lulls, as the youth call it?
Sure. And there is some news that I also wish to announce. Normally on Mondays, we hear from the great and lovely fellow Australian known as Jayron. They will be missing their stream this evening as well, and they send their regards and joyful wishes to you all. They're still in hospital with their blood infection. It looks like they'll be getting out on Wednesday if everything goes well, which is awesome. They're maintaining a positive attitude and will be back with us on Splinterlands TV hopefully soon. So that's some good news for you guys who are fans of Jayron's stream here on Monday evenings in Australia time zone. Jayron's on the road to recovery. So that is good news because blood infections are pretty serious conditions. So he's been there for 8 days. So that's a long time to spend in hospital. It's a week and a day and a bit. And I'm sure he's really sick of hospital food by this point because if he maintains his training regimen, he's going to be like, where's all my protein, bro? I need more protein. This is not enough macros. I can imagine what sort of hell he'd be raising. But he will love the nurses. I'm sure he'll tell us stories about how he faked, being unable to reach his toes, so he got sponge baths and all that sort of stuff. I'm sure he'll have tales such as this to regale you all with. But yeah, he's doing all right, and he'll hopefully be released back into the world shortly to reign his unique blend of chaos and Splinterlands bullishness. So it'll take more than toxic blood to knock him down. Yeah, he's a strong lad, definitely. He had an abscess which got infected, which is what caused it to all happen. So yeah, that's what it is. So, if any of you are ever feeling unwell, don't worry about the cost of medical care because your life is definitely more important. I know that's not particularly goth of me to say, Kevin, But yeah, medical stuff is great.
A human right.
Yeah, and when you're alive, it's good because you're alive, and when you're dead forever. So that's not so great. So try and stay alive is the message that I give to everybody. No, I don't actually. I don't give that message to everybody, particularly those who cut me off in traffic. I don't want them to live a moment longer. I'm ranting. Yeah, it does depend on what country you live in, Daru. But some medical care is generally better than no medical care at all, generally speaking. I'm glad I got my teeth fixed because I'm pretty much back to normal now. I can eat all the crunchy stuff.
You were never normal.
I'm back to my abnormal self, which is wonderful. And I'm back on having spicy stuff again. So I had lovely hot sauces again today. It was brilliant. And back to my normal, which is superior to standard levels of normal. Because I have main character syndrome.
Traffic in Australia was way better back when we still had guns.
And horses. Well,
how do you shoot the horses now that you don't have guns?
Have you heard of this thing called the Hendra virus?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need guns to kill horses when you have Hendra virus.
But when they have virus,
you also don't need guns to kill people when you have Hendra virus. I'm not going to read that out loud, Jagged. I wonder when the DEC/voucher staking is going to be out for Soulbound cards, and whether that will follow the release of 1.5 if 1.5 materializes this month. I really hope it materializes this month because September is really unacceptable. But I've been waiting for this thing for, 3 years, 4 years? What's another year? That is my contribution to toxic positivity. But I think it's the whole, and I was using this analogy earlier. Would you like 1 marshmallow now or 2 marshmallows in 10 minutes when I return?
no.
For me, it should
All right,
come
for
without
you,
a
would
grain
you like
market.
1 sunflower seed now or 2 sunflower seeds in 10 minutes?
Depends on the quality of the sunflower.
He'd like 2 barrels of sunflower seeds.
Depends on the quality of the sunflower seeds and how much I paid you up front a few years ago for them.
They are equilateral triangles.
Oh, Jagged, I don't need land to be delayed so that I can make memes. I can meme on plenty of things. I hope that land is delayed so that I get to keep all source cards.
that was our verbal contract that Rick can have my cards for gameplay until land is released. I feel as though I'm the one getting cut down by this deal.
You didn't realize you were giving Rick your cards for
In perpetuity.
And then we can go down that rabbit hole of perpetuity being an outdated legal term.
But it's a fun word to say. It rolls off the tongue nicely.
Yeah.
Some words should be legal terms just because they're fun to say.
Yes.
Like,
Anti-disestablishment.
no, bailiff is another fun word to say.
That is exactly the word that I was thinking, though.
Yeah.
Process server.
No. That doesn't sound as extravagant as bailiff.
Magistrate sounds a lot fancier than it actually is.
Yeah, definitely does.
Yeah. I prefer the term arbiter.
I personally don't like arbiters. They're too neutral from my point of view.
I think they're a great and violent force in the Warhammer 40k universe. That's what I think of when I think of the term arbiter.
Was that a spit take? That sounded like a spit take.
There's a slight spit take involved. First diary makes me spit out my coffee, now it's... I'm just looking for a cigarette.
Because when I was reading through the Splinterlands terms and conditions and it referred to an arbiter, I immediately thought of the Warhammer 40k class as opposed to a legal arbiter, a man sitting there in a dress shirt and pants and a manila envelope and a clipboard and whatever.
That's because you're super neurotypical.
Thank you. I hope you live a long and healthy life, friend.
I am super neurotypical as well.
Let me see if I already put up a question for us to have a TNC that is understandable for a normal player. I don't think understandable for a normal player. I think understandable at a grade level 3 of English is more important because not everyone who plays Splinterlands has English as a first language. I just looked up the dictionary for the word perpetuity and it was a picture of Rick on the mountain showing a thumbs up.
It's the Rambo thumbs up.
Now that's... I looked up the term toxic positivity and I got that same picture. Grade level 3 English. So there's a statistical method of... modeling language based on the length of words used in sentences, the number of syllables used in those words, and it basically says this statement or this document in English requires a year level or grade level of 3 or 7 or postgraduate doctorate level English in order to understand. It's actually a feature that's in MS Word. That statistical analysis. It's part of the word count and spell check thing, but it's an optional thing that you've got to turn on. But there's an online tool called Hemingway that does the same thing. If you copy and paste text into it, it'll tell you what the a student of this grade level should be able to understand this text.
I honestly had no idea that Word had that feature.
Yeah. I think it's the Flesh Kinkiad model of whatever. Yeah, and Jagged is right on the money there. Like, newspapers are written quite literally so that a young child who's only been like learning language for 2 or 3 years is able to understand them. It's all about simplicity in the language it's used. I think Daru, like a plain language thing. I think it's called the Flench Kinkiad model, but you might want to Google it for clarification. But it's built into Word. There's other statistical models that determine how complex a piece of text is. I know this from my professional life, doing some technical writing in the past for an audience that was based in a country that didn't have English as a first language, and the knowledge manager was basically said, look, what you've written here is too complicated. You need to dumb it down, and this is how you need to dumb it down to make sure that it can be understood by as many people as possible.
The last thing
that was a very humbling moment in my career.
The last thing I wrote for work is postgraduate readability. 102 of 121 sentences are very hard to read. 3 of 121 sentences are hard to read, but only 31 of the phrases have simpler alternatives. So what does it want me to do?
Well, it wants us to say goodbye to the Splinterlands TV audience because we have but a single minute remaining in our stream. So thank you all for joining us. It's been an entertaining time. I'll be back again on Thursday. I'll be streaming on my own channel tomorrow night, playing some games with a friend of mine. And beyond that, we won't be having J-Ron jump on tonight for reasons I explained earlier. I hope that you will all have a wonderful evening, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Enjoy your existence. It's wonderful while it lasts, because you never know when it might be over. So enjoy it while it does last. Thanks again for watching. Any final words, Rick or Kevin, before we go in 8 seconds, other than goodbye?
Ciao.
Ciao's a great word. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Cheers.